When I was a kid, my grandfather used to tell me the most incredible stories, but there was one I never forgot. He'd sit me down on the porch, reminiscing, and say, "Did I ever tell you how your grandmother and I met?" This is how he told it. It all began on a flight decades ago. It was supposed to be a routine trip for his job at the time. But an hour into the journey, the plane hit severe turbulence. Not just any turbulence, either. This was the kind that made even the calmest passengers grip their seats in fear. The plane shook violently, the sky outside flashing with lightning, and the passengers held their breath, hoping to make it through. My grandfather was a young man back then. Nan was seated next to a woman who looked as uneasy as he felt. He always said she was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. Even in the midst of a storm, they exchanged nervous glances but didn't say much until the plane suddenly dropped. It was a terrifying, stomach-lurching dip that made everyone panic. Without thinking, my grandfather reached out and grabbed the woman's hand. She held on tight, and in that moment of fear, they found comfort in each other. The plane continued to shudder and lurch for what felt like an eternity. The world outside was chaos, but somehow, holding hands with a stranger made it a little less frightening. Finally, the turbulence eased, and the plane leveled out. The danger had passed, but neither of them let go of the other's hand. When they looked at each other, they both started to laugh, nervous and relieved laughter that broke the tension. That was when they really started talking, and he found out she had a fear of flying. By the time the plane landed, hours later than scheduled, my grandfather knew he had met someone special. He would always say, "It was the worst flight of my life, but the best thing that ever happened to me." And as he always added at the end, "The rest is history."